And I'm going to tell you guys, I was starting to get worried. The squirrel man was not here for story time. Matt, I was getting afraid.
What, Mark? I'm here.
No, I know, and I'm excited. I mean, you just popped in, and everybody's over here like chanting, story time, story time, story time.
Story time. Okay.
I can't tell you how many emails and messages I'm getting from people that are excited about your story time.
Okay, let's see. Story time. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we just tell a modern story? And
All right.
let's. I'll get it started with a bang. No, but I'm pretty happy because the old Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
I think their people are going to come on a squalor. Okay, and there was always money going in there, but it wasn't getting to the people. And now I think it's going to get to the people. And I think that's a great story that everybody's, is going to watch in real time here, which is going to be nice, And I don't know. We can get into other stories too, Mark, but I don't know. I think that's probably the best story of our time. I really do.
I hear you now. Everybody's like, at some point they want to see Matt's face during story time. I don't know how brave Matt's getting, guys. I mean, he may or may not be in witness protection. I mean, he and Aunt Tootie were running a cartel back in the day.
Oh yeah,
they were selling moo-moos, like knockoffs, like Gucci, like Christian Dior moo-moos at the flea market. So
I'll tell you a good story.
All right.
Okay, so anyways, where Aunt Tootie grew up there, and her and her 10 sisters, and their parents.
No, dude, really? Aunt Tootie had 10 sisters?
Yeah, for sure.
It's better. Okay.
Yeah, and what was that in the background, Mark? Did somebody say?
I don't know. My mom's talking about root beer or something in there. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear anything, but no, yeah, they, it's kind of funny because you come to find out even back in those days in the 40s, the 45, they had 80 acres out there in about 15 miles north of, no, not 15, about 10 of downtown Minneapolis in a town called Brooklyn Park. Well, you come to find out that even back then he had his everything in a trust, and when they went to put in a road at one point, and every road around there is straight, well, not that road. It goes around the farm that still sits there to this day. I mean, they sold the land off and everything, but it was in trust, so they couldn't touch it. So when you get to the farmhouse, for about a football field long, the whole road curves around in a half circle, and then it goes straight again. But I mean, he had the foresight back then to put the stuff in a trust. I don't know why, I mean, most people probably didn't even think about that back then. But yeah. And then my dad, he offered the farm to my dad. My dad didn't want it. He just got out of the war. He didn't want nothing to do with working hard. He'd already been working hard for 4 years. So he just moved into a rental place in North Minneapolis, and he didn't want the farm. It's unbelievable. But they didn't think that way. Everybody always thinks of property and this and that. Back then, it was being happy. You just wanted to be happy. And
we need a simpler, more humble lifestyle. We've made life just entirely more difficult than we need to.
Yeah, just be happy. And we're only going to be here for a short time, probably. A short time, I say short time, but we'll all be gone by probably the time we're 100, so I'm 2/3 of the way there right now anyways myself, over 2/3. What's that, Mark?
Yeah, it was like you turned what, 58 yesterday?
68, yeah. And I mean, I feel good about it. I actually feel pretty healthy right now. I just started, I don't know, just kind of working out a little bit more. All
right, I'm getting requests, and I know, like, on the story time, and I don't know if you're up for it again, but they want you to tell the limo story again.
Okay, which one was that?
The guy from the Federal Reserve, that limo story, this really strange fella. He's like basically carrying just a Bible or something.
Yeah, this is 100% true. cross my heart and hope to die. I'll tell you everything as far as I can remember it. It's every year that goes by, it's more and more since '95 there. But so I just my buddy called me up. He says, "Hey man, I used to. Here's the thing. I used to being really good with a bunch of doormen, and then cell phones I suppose cell phones were about 5 years old at that time, something like that. But anyways, they'd call you up and I'd run up there and then you pick somebody up, bring them to the airport, get a decent tip, and then you cut them in a little bit of the action, and that's the way it worked. I always cut those guys. You know what? I was smart enough then. Just cut everybody in on the action. I was just I always had rides. Whenever I tell the guys, hey, I'm ready. Okay. As soon as I get somebody, go to the airport. So I pull up at the Hyatt there, and this guy's standing there, and I said, you going to the airport? He goes, yeah. I said, okay. So you say, where's his bag? And he didn't have a bag, and then you always double check, because sometimes they might leave it. They're at lunch, after lunch or something, and they have it in the bell room or whatever they call that thing, luggage. He didn't have none, so he sat in the front seat. Well, anyways, and I said, you got nothing, huh? Computer, nothing? Computers were really big back then, too. They had their own, like, little suitcase carrier type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember those, Mark?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I totally. Yeah, those early days of laptops. No, I remember them.
Yeah, they were
like
big.
Bricks.
Yeah, they had, like, their own little, like, luggage cart deal or whatever. But anyways, and a few of them dropped before I could put them in the trunk once in a while. It wasn't my fault. They'd bump me or something, and the things would hit the ground. If they weren't looking, you'd throw them in. But, if they were looking, it probably broke. But anyways, so he gets in, and I say, hey, you want to sit in the front? And he goes, yeah, I'll sit in the front. So all he had was his Bible, and I said, we started talking right away. And I said, what are you up to? And he goes, well, I just was down here working. I was over at, I don't know if they were calling Wells Fargo at the time. They might have been. They might have had a different name. And then he said, and I was at some of the brokerage houses. There's a couple in downtown Minneapolis that were pretty big in the stockbroker deal. And then he went and seen, he said he was talking with people from the Federal Reserve. There's a unit down in Minneapolis, Federal Reserve building. And then he was talking to the big bank down there, Wells Fargo, because they used their home base there. They still might. I'm not even sure. They may have moved it by now. I don't know. But anyways, then he started talking. I said, oh, really? I'm just kind of, I don't even know what's going on in the money deal back then. The only thing I knew about money was that I gave people rides to the airport. And
they paid you.
Yeah, and I tried to get as many rides as I could to feed my family, And so anyways, he started talking about, I said, well, what's it about? And he goes, well, I work for you might say it's a branch of the government. And I go, oh, really? And I go, well, what kind of branches? And he goes, it's kind of, I guess you could call it the religious branch or something. And I go, oh, okay, whatever. I didn't, that's what he said, and then he started,
you're just making good conversation so you can get a better tip.
Exactly. And if he wouldn't have been sitting, he may, what? It's hard to recall. I probably tried to slide him a beer or some pop, but I always get that in the back, my little cooler deal. Because if you get more money every time somebody drank something, tip $3 higher at least, So anyway, so he started talking about. I lost my train of thought on the tip deal. I was thinking of some tips here, but anyways, it'll come back to me in a second. Here, let me take a drink of my coffee here. Hold on.
Hey, Matt, if you don't sleep well tonight, that's probably why.
No, I'll be all right. Yeah, I'll take some THC, a little nightcap of that. So then he started talking about, and I said, what about the money and everything? And then he started talking about, he said, well, there's going to be a shift in who runs the show, basically. And I said, who? And he goes, well, the East. And then he started talking about different empires. We're basically in the empire of the U.S. running the show. And before that was a British Empire, Dutch Empire, Roman Empire, Ottoman Empire. Was talking about empires. And now all of a sudden I'm starting to think, hey, Right. I get that. I've heard of that before. I didn't know anything about the money, but then he said, well, things are going to change, and he says, we're not going to be running the show like we have been. And I go, really? And he goes, yeah. And I said, boy, that kind of sounds scary to me, not scary, like I was scared or something, but okay, if we're not running the show, does that mean we're going to be poor? Basically, I think I said something like that, and I might not even mention that before. But he goes, no, it won't be poor. It'll just be different. And I said, okay. I said, so everything's going to be all right, huh? And he goes, yeah, everything's going to be fine. And we talked on the way to the airport 20 minutes. I'm trying to think what else he said. But basically, there was going to be a change in who's running the show. And who's ever running the money show, it's apparently they pretty much run the power. And I don't think we're going to lose all our power. I don't think that's going to happen. And the more it goes on now, you see that I think it's going to be more regional powers. And man, I'll tell you what, the way it's looking lately, it's almost like the world power is going to be, I don't know, it's going to be out there. Well, it's the BRICS, but I think it's going to be split in half in a way, where I just don't see us relinquishing power. Well, and when we were in power, there was other powers around the world too. They just weren't quite as probably strong, but I think that there's strong powers out there right now that maybe it's a shared power or something.
Yeah, and they gave you an idea of timing too, back when you
Timing,
talked.
yes. He said, and I said, when is this all going to come about? Yep. Okay. I'm glad you mentioned that, Mark. Sorry about that. But he said, we're shooting for 23. And I go, I kind of laughed, it's 1995, that's probably about a little under half as long as I've been on Earth or whatever. I'm thinking, it's like, oh, okay, great, and but he says, I think it's going to speed up a little bit there, but that's what we're shooting for. And then he said, there's nothing set in stone. Okay, here's another part too. And I said, well, how long has this planning been going on? Because he was in the planning part of the government for this thing, Yep, that's true. Sorry about that, Mark. I'm coming to it. Yeah, for sure. I just, I forget some of the stuff he said, but now it's coming back to me. And then he said, and I said, well, when did this start? And he said, planning for this? Oh, this has started in the late 50s, and or 50s, I forget something like that, mid 50s, late 50s. I go, really? And he goes, yeah. He said, it just takes a long, long time. And I go, oh, okay. So basically that was my introduction to, there was going to be a change in the
Reset 101.
Reset 101. Hey, Mark, did I miss anything that I said before?
No. You pretty much nailed it. But think about it. That's 25 years ago. This guy, this mysterious person, leaving all the banking Fed office or whatever, is like, yeah, no, there's gonna be a major reset, major change in who runs the money for the world. And, it's gonna be their turn. And it reminds me, like,
that's one thing he said. He said it's set up this way to take turns. And like, it's not like it's wasn't known, and and they might even know who's going to take the next turn down the road. They probably do. They probably got, who knows, time machines or something. I don't know.
Even if it's 200 years in the future, I swear that they've been planning our whole world and just not asking for our input.
Yeah, but exactly. But I hope it. Here's what I really hope for, and I really mean this. After getting into this thing, I don't want to. I mean, sure, it's nice. I call it eating and sleeping, and taking care of your needs, but to become a super rich person, like I'm not, just live within my means. I'd rather have. Hell, I really mean this. I'd rather have all the people in South America that are living in tar paper shacks, get 3-bedroom houses, and they didn't want to be that way. And their leaders didn't help. And also we had leaders that made them that way, basically made them slaves. If they could have did it to us, more of a slave society, that they would have done it. And if they would have got away with it, but they couldn't get away with it here. I mean, they did it in a way, but other places, it was a lot worse. Okay. And there's still politicians alive that did that to people, and we know who they are. And actually, probably a lot of us probably voted for those kind of people before, but because we didn't know, we didn't know that they were probably the most evil people around. And am I going too far here, Mark? On the
No.
okay, because I mean, there's people that I voted for, not in. Before Obama, that I think they're going to turn out to be some pretty nasty people that kept other countries down, but that'll all come forward.
Yeah, as we learn more and more things become like, well, obvious, and more disclosure. I do. I mean, I've been a useful idiot.
You know what I think is just hilarious. This guy. I see these videos pop open of the George Will character. And man, he's he ain't on my side. That's for sure. He's trying to cause a lot of dissension right now with his AI videos or whatever the hell they are, And so, anyways, just throwing that out there too. But no, the stories. I got a lot of them.
Yeah, we got to have you thought about what story you're using for next week?
Oh, I'll get a good one, Mark. I really didn't. I will. I'll tell you a story. That'll be cool. I got a lot of them.
You got a ton of them.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? The weirdest thing is people say, "Oh, geez, you know a lot." You know what? I've always been out there and exploring. My whole life, and even when I was 4 years old, we lived about 6 miles from downtown, and we were just talking about that last Saturday. And they couldn't believe that I was 4 years and 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. And I rode my little bike with training wheels down to just, within just a mile of downtown Minneapolis, half a mile. I rode it down there, started at 7 in the morning. I got home by noon, and it didn't bother me in the least, I thought it was great, and my mom didn't know. She probably would have. I don't know if she would have got mad, I can guess. But I knew the way. I knew the main roads to go down. I take this road all the way to there, take a right at the river, go straight down that road, and you're basically downtown. And then I came back. I made good time too, So I went 10 miles and on my little bike with training wheels. And
I'm going to need to bring in some outside experts to see if what I am thinking and imagining is accurate.
What's that?
Well, I'll share in just a moment as I bring in some outside experts.
The experts, yeah.
Yeah, outside experts, which would be Mike and Zester. Can you? I mean, in my mind, young Matt looked like Spanky from the Little Rascals.
Yeah, or Butch. I used to have the pants that came right below the knee. I cut them off. And then I wore the boots, like one of those rascal guys. And then I had the rope belt. And then I had the shirt that was, I kind of looked. That's how I patterned my attire after the rascal guys.
I just want to know, who was your Darla? Was it Betsy? I mean, was it some other neighborhood female? And Mike's going to remember this one. I really don't know if Zester's going to know what I'm talking about, though.
It was Diane. Diane, yeah, for sure.
Diane was Darla. At least it started with a D. That helps.
Yeah, and we had,
although you're in Minnesota, so it could have been Dennis. But
come on,
rim shot.
Yeah. But no, it was. I've had a good life, We had a little club. We were called a little dance club in one of my buddy's garages where we'd have the gals over, and he had the little phonograph playing. And it was, let's see, our favorite record was what was it? The Dragon, Puff the Magic Dragon or something. I don't know. Or Who's the Little Doggy in the Window? We'd play that one and make the gals dance with us. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, but Zester's favorite movie when he was a kid was Pete's Dragon.
That's cool. Yeah, Pete's Dragon. There you go. Fun stuff. Yep. Well, anyways, how you guys doing? How's Mike? How's Zester?
No, Mike's being quiet because I muted him earlier and didn't tell him.
Hey, I want to hear one dating thing before I leave or whatever. let me hear the dating topic or the dating tip of the week, Mike.
Well, if you were single, you just missed the best day to be single, which is Valentine's Day, because there's millions of women with no men out there that are at bars, and it's a great time to meet the ladies and get something going with them. So not a lot of dating advice beyond that. That's got to sit on that for another year. But hey,
for 10 years, man, I hated Valentine's because I was in the flower business. Oh my God, I hated it.
I bet it was the worst time of the year, right?
Yeah, 3 days of hell, and everybody's all happy and but oh my God, it was just horrible.
I went down to Bellagio. There was not as much activity as you would expect. There were not as many couples that looked like they were having out for their Valentine's dinner or anything as you would have thought. It was actually
a lot of people are pulling back. I mean, have you seen all the restaurant closure announcements? I mean, it's like crazy out there.
Yeah.
Wendy's closing off quite literally hundreds of locations. Red Lobster, which continues to shrink and bleed, closing.
Wendy's changed their food. The burger doesn't taste like a Wendy's burger anymore. What the fuck do you expect when you do that? Excuse me. Go back to what a Wendy's burger tasted like a year ago, and the business will come back.
They did a good job like years ago when they did their like fresher approach and they went to like natural cut fries. I mean, there's like styrofoam in your McDonald's fries, supposedly. I mean, you can at least see the peel on a Wendy's fry. You know it's a real potato.
Remember the thick steak fries they used to do? Those were delicious. And it's like, you know what, Wendy's, you want your business to improve, go back to serving the food you used to serve and people will come back. Now it's like, I don't understand why they're constantly changing things. Why doesn't anything taste as good as it used to? Because they're trying to make it cheaper and then people don't want to eat it. So it sucks.
Yeah. Wendy's was great. And the thing that killed Red Lobster was they sold all their locations with their property, and then the company that bought them, what do they call it? That kind of group of guys who just take companies and just strip them down and wreck them. What are they called again? Venture capitalists.
Yeah.
They took Red
there's
Lobster.
Another one where they come in and their whole job is just selling off the bones. I mean, and there's another term for that one. And somebody over here is going to nail it. It's what Richard Gere's character was playing in Pretty Woman.
Yeah, so what they did was the venture capitalists separated the land and the buildings from the business, and then they got some Asian guy who didn't know probably that fact, I'm guessing, for whatever reason. He brought the businesses, but he didn't buy the land under him, and the rent on the buildings, which he had never had those other guys or the previous owners of Red Lobster, the original ones. Man, these guys they couldn't handle the rent, The food, if they didn't have that whole deal that the venture capitalists, Red Lobster would still be rolling, big time. But each building got saddled with rent of probably $75,000-$100,000 a month. That's crazy.
I mean, crazy. Yeah.
Well, how about the biggest tragedy, which is Hooters? Geez, look what happened to Hooters.
Yeah, I mean, at some point you got to save the tatas, whatever it takes, Mike, whatever it takes.
Best wings on the planet, and you ruin that by getting rid of the boobs. What do you expect to happen?
All right, I mean, the only place to go from here is side chicks.
Pretty tame in comparison.
If he didn't take you out on Valentine's Day or he was traveling or something, you're the side chick, just so you know, folks. Ladies.
Yep.
How's your Valentine's Day there, Esther? Did you go out on Valentine's Day?
Oh, I had a pretty relaxed weekend. It was really not all that busy. It was pretty rainy down here. It was not really a great weekend for going out.
It has been like a couple of weeks straight rain.
Around. Yeah. We had inundations. There were a bunch of roads closed that day around Quebradillas and around certain other towns. Didn't end up being all that bad, but just one buttload of rain.
D. Raymer, so many so many restaurants used to be that way. Back when fast food wasn't as bad for you, it was actual food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt, any fun specials or any new things before we get on with Whiskey and Wisdom?
Yeah, no problem. And then I'll just give you all the specials, and you guys, I'm just going to cut out because my wife's calling. And yeah, I guess we're getting along pretty good. So I might as well see what you want, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I've known, what year did we meet? What was it? 75. Yeah. You know what? We're going on 51 years. I've known her. Yeah. It's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. Lucky, man. Really lucky. So anyways, God, maybe it's more than that. I can't remember. Oh, well, there we go. So I can't remember how old I am. Okay, so if you guys want to get a cool special, you go to thecbdgurus.com.
Let me see if I can figure out how to share it on this mobile setup. I think I can figure this out. Yeah. I just won't be able to see everybody when I'm doing it. That's all.
Yep. Thecbdgurus.com. And when you get in there, you go to wholesale, hit Mark's name, Mark Z Wholesale. And if you need to put a code in, put in lowercase KRAM CBD. So here's what we did. We got every order receives 10% off and 5 million Boulevard. Also, 14 items with up to 50 million Boulevard.
Yeah, now a reminder, guys, he's sneaking in these specials on a Wednesday, something we haven't done in like.
Yep.
So, I mean, don't tell anybody in tomorrow's. If you don't watch Whiskey and Wisdom, you don't get to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and yeah, so we're starting on Wednesday, sometime in the afternoon like we did today, me and Scotty. And the code is FEB10. But the main thing is, if you like the Boulevard deal and actually, I don't know, for whatever reason, I really stocked up here the last 3 weeks, so I got enough to give out. But I will say one thing. My contact, I said, how's the supply? And he said, it's all right now. But what's that? What's that? Oh, I didn't. Okay. Did you say something, you guys?
No, I think that was just background. Keep running, Matt.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So anyways, many of the items you get 50 million Boulevard with, okay? Just go down, you just scroll down and check them out. We've got anything from gummies to oils to the mushrooms to the coffee to the bath bombs to the THC shots to the Miracle Gold to whatever you want. We got it, lotions. And you'll be all set there. And but I asked him a simple question. I just said, we're going to be able to get more all the time? And he said, he says, I don't think so. That was his reply, and I said, okay, that's fine. I mean, I didn't get in this thing to hold on to it for myself. I mean, I want to give it out to everybody else. So, because I always, and this is honest to God truth, I always thought it'd be easier for, everybody to do it better than me, So, because I mean, you can only do so much yourself. Because I that's all there is to it. So, anyways, there's a lot of currency, but I don't expect it to. I mean, to be able to get it like I freely do at a certain point. And I know
the value will be different.
What's that, Mark?
Because the value will be different.
Yeah, but and I'll just tell you the truth. That he's told me over the last 3 years that I'm like not his main customer. I'm one of 4. Okay, and there's some big hitters that get this stuff, and then they resell it and everything. So. The workplace, I get it. It doesn't matter, and that's not what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of good deals in there, you guys. If you have any problem, I think Wendy's going to be working tomorrow. She'll take calls. I don't know, Mark. You probably know better than me. Is she going to work tomorrow? I'm not sure.
Hey, Wendy, you working tomorrow?
I didn't ask her.
Calls with a question. Yeah.
Okay.
She said she'll be there.
I thought she was.
She'll be like in the middle of something, and she'll just get back to you. So send a text.
Hi, Wendy.
Yeah.
No, I just forgot to call her this afternoon.
He said he forgot to call you.
Thank you, because today was a very full, busy
Yeah.
day. So.
She said thank you for forgetting because today was a crazy busy full. Yeah, she's not been home long enough for us to eat and catch this part of it.
Oh, okay, good. Well, yeah. So if you got any questions, just give a call tomorrow, 612-412-8343, or else just go and put in an order and get the Boulevard. But I think it's going to turn out. I really do. So it's.
I think it will.
Yeah. And but anyways, I'll peel out you guys, and you guys can get on to Mike's dating hour and all that shit.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it too.
I'll be
we got to
listening.
find out just how Valentine's went for Mike.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear. So, all right. Hey, nice talking to you guys. Thanks for having me on, Mark.
Thanks, Matt. See you.
Yeah.
The beginning of story time with Matt. Now, let's see, story time with Mike. I mean, how'd it go? You went to the Bellagio. I assume you went to the piano bar.
Went to Bellagio, went to the piano bar. Dave Osborne was not there, who's my favorite guy, the piano player. But we hung around.
I did get to meet Dave Osborne with Mike. And isn't there some like event coming up in Vegas in March or something? Somebody was.
No, not in Vegas. No, not for me. No, but there's always events in Vegas. So and then we went around and hit some bars and collected some phone numbers, and it was a fairly
Who's we? Was it
quiet,
like the dream
me and
team?
Dave Bara. Dave Bara went with me. But,
okay,
yeah. So it's just it's a good night to get out there and meet the ladies, guys. So whether you're in Vegas or not, so. We had a pretty good time. It was not super exciting, but I've got some super exciting things coming up. I'm going back to the Quantum Summit with Mel end of March. So it would be good if you could join us there. I'd love to see you guys again.
Yeah, what are the dates on that one?
March 28th, 29th.
Yeah, that's a no-go for me. I don't know. Zester might be able to go.
Yeah. So, I had such a great time at the last one. I want to do it.
I had a great time at the last one.
Yeah, you always
because of the mess up in the hotel room where they didn't have hotel stuff ready.
God, yeah.
Flight. I mean, it was. We were basically sleeping in the lobby. It was rough.
That sucked.
It sucked.
Ozark Mountain UFO Conference. No, you know what? I got invited there once, and I came down with a horrible sinus infection. Like I almost had to be hospitalized, and I canceled on them, and they've never invited me back. And I'm like, sorry, but
it was
legit. I didn't bullshit them,
It'll be easy to get you a flight like right after the Quantum Summit to come do like a meet and greet in Puerto Rico or something. Like aliens. Well, you're already like really close. Easy flight right out of like Fort Lauderdale or something.
Let's do it. Let's do that, man. Sounds
that
like a plan to me. Sounds like a plan to me. So I've never been to Puerto Rico. I'd love to go. So
somebody wanting pictures. I do have a picture, and I was going to ask Zester his thoughts on one. Give me just a moment. Let me see if I can pull this up or not. Let's remove this one. Let's stop this one. See if you can figure out who somebody. The good thing of staying with mom is you start seeing all kinds of extra. Let's see. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's try this.
Oh, you're staying with your mom?
I'm at mom's house right now. You got to visit family. No, I'm staying at a hotel for handicap accessible, all that kind of stuff. Nope. Don't want that one. Think this is going to do it. Yes. There we go. All right. Can you figure out who's who in this picture, Zester?
Oh, yeah. That's awfully easy. But I imagine that will be a lot more difficult for everybody else.
What do you think, Mike?
Who's who?
Yeah.
Well, that's you up in the back.
All right.
And then your sister is to your in the lower right. Of
my
the
twin.
picture. And I have no idea who the other two people are.
This is Wendy.
Okay.
And the left side, and then in the middle is brother Brent.
Your brother Brent. Okay. All right. Wow, Mark.
It's always fun, you go home and the memories just roll out, all those good stuff. But yeah, I think I was 17 at the time, maybe.
Yeah, like I said, you were so clean cut, and
right.
looked like I was taken at the Sears
No, I think it was like back in that day was what was it like Olin Mills or something?
Olin Mills, yeah.
Did everybody's pictures.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, Olin Mills was like the glamour shots before glamour shots, I think.
Right.
Yeah, good times. The Zester looking. I look a lot in that picture.
Yeah.
I mean, I look a ton like Riley in that picture right there. I mean, like, isn't it freaky?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely.
Like freaky.
And that photo, the lighting also, that one just kind of blurs everybody on the lighting as well. And so even more so in that way.
Yeah, good times. I do need to download and share more baby pictures, but
I'm excited to see more and more. I'm also excited to come visit in March. And so I cannot wait to see the newest additions.
So excited about the new additions. Let's see. I'm looking to see if I could had another one or two hidden in here to share. Oh, there, little Charlie.
Oh,
look at that head of hair.
Wow. Yeah. Isn't it funny how babies sometimes are born with tons of hair and then it all falls out and then it grows back again? It's weird, but that does happen.
Yep. There, baby Charlie.
Aww.
Sleeping.
Two boys?
Two girls. Well, her name is Charlotte. They're thinking they're going to call her Charlie for short, and the other one is Vivian. And so it looks like it's going to be Charlie and Vivi for nicknames.
Oh, cute. And so you're not a grandpa yet?
No.
You just look like one. You just play one on
I just look like one. Correct. I just look
that
like
honestly
one
is perfect,
and act
too.
like one, and I scream about those darn kids and trying to keep them off my lawn.
Zester, is that true that he's not a grandpa yet? I'm just double checking. Is it true that he's not?
As far as I'm aware.
He even did like that the 23andMe or what, one of those, and nobody's like called up and said, "Yo, by the way."
I did have those 3 other brothers and sisters that popped up on there. That was a little weird, but they've never reached out.
Yeah, but the good thing is none popped up for me. So I mean, his mother has been hiding some things.
Yeah, that 23andMe is it's dangerous territory. I've been watching some YouTube videos lately. Just for fun, the kids all got a 23andMe test, and the 2 daughters found out that they're not dads. Whoops!
I still love that.
Mom was a fool.
In France, it is illegal to have a paternity test.
Because they're afraid somebody's going to stop paying child support.
No, because the rate of infidelity in France is so high, it could literally destabilize the country if they were to allow it. They said somewhere around, they believe 13% of all children in France are currently being raised by someone who is not the actual and so in France, you can look this one up. I thought this was BS when I heard it. I was like, there's no way this is true. France has legitimate laws that outlaw it. And you would think that it was because they were trying to protect people. Nope. It has just been French law for a long time that we cannot allow you to figure out. If you are a father,
who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy?
You are the husband in a relationship in France. That kid cannot be yours, and you have no legal right.
No, I honestly figured it was because
you sign that document, it does not matter. You are legally that kid's father for good.
I figured it was just to cover up if Bridget Macron's a male or a female, and that's why they didn't allow the test.
Yeah. All right. Now we're starting to get to some of the deeper questions here.
Right. Is it an apple? Is it not an apple?
Interesting.
And was Adam the guy that was raising the plants? Yeah, 23andMe. One of them sold to some company. Somebody saying BlackRock. Yeah, I don't know. There's some questionable stuff there, and including like leaks of information. I figure my information's so public, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and of course you get all the others. That's your hair does look shorter. Did you get a haircut I didn't know about? Or are you just like combing it?
No. It's just the normal one. It's just kind of swooped off to the side at the moment.
No, I will be I will be calling Yoni for a haircut when I get back because I'm starting to feel like a long-haired hippie.
Ugh, you're not. You don't look like one. Zester does look like he got his ears lowered, though. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He looks actually groomed today, which is
unlike the grooming we're talking about with the Epstein files. Very different grooming here.
Very different.
Yeah, I mean, what's the big thing in the last day or two on the Epstein file? I mean, Les Wexner having a really bad day.
Well, I mean, nothing really. Just, I mean,
they find out Les Wexner gave him like a $4 million home in the middle of his 336 acre ranch in Ohio, and you had to go through security to get there. And it seems like Les's security was his security, while they may or may not have detained and raped the. It just as you read more and more of those, it's just I just want to throw up.
Well, and a lot of the craziest stuff coming out right now is just the folks that are a part of it that were named in the files coming out and having to hear their excuses or whatever it is in each of the situations. Like Whoopi Goldberg brought up the fact that Whoopi was in the Epstein files on The View. And so
they're all trying to get ahead of it.
She was ripping on somebody, and he said, "Well, you're in the files. Let's go to a commercial." Go to a commercial.
Well, the best part about the Whoopi reveal was honestly that Epstein said Whoopi was ugly and that he wasn't getting with Whoopi, and that was the View's major takeaway from it. That essentially became Whoopi's excuse. Like, well, no,
he didn't know that
interested
Whoopi.
in me. Didn't acknowledge the rest of the emails and all the other things that she was.
No, it's all about whether or not she was too ugly for him to have sex with. He's going to turn her down because she was
ridiculous.
She's too ugly for the creature from the Black Lagoon to have sex with. Jesus.
Hillary Clinton is also out there, and so Hillary Clinton's trying to do a little press route at the moment. I guess trying to say. I don't know which.
She's totally trying to plant herself because the leading candidates now for president, Kamala Harris, Newsom, and AOC are leading for the Democratic Party. And she's coming out now going, no, we really do. This immigration thing's a mess. We need to crack down on it. I mean, she's trying to paint herself now as the moderate to rescue the Democratic Party.
There's no rescuing the party that's polling at 18%. I keep hearing about how Democrats are going to win this, and it's like nobody's going to vote for Democrats. Okay, you may not like the Republicans, but you aren't going to vote for the Democrats. That's for sure.
Well, I just hope that everybody doesn't go into the midterm election though with that mentality. Just because that mentality in the midterms might not work out well for us.
I don't know any good aliens. Aliens do not belong here. This is our planet. You need to get the F off and not come back.
Yeah, but they're gonna read. They're gonna read you at the.
There are no benevolent aliens, then. So, in your opinion, Mike, there are no out there. There would not be some society that had existed, had developed, if there are aliens. That in all this time, if you're going to assume that there are hostile aliens. Wouldn't it be just as likely that you would have to assume that there are benevolent aliens?
Oh, of course, yes. But the problem is we didn't ask. Okay, last time I checked, I don't need any aliens to help me with things. Okay, I don't really need you guys. I don't really want you here. You want to drop off a couple $1 million in gold in my bank account or put me in a med bed, I'm down for it. Other than that, you are not useful to me. Go back to your own third world S-hole planet and live there. What are you doing here? Look, I'm not. This planet is none of your business, Mr. Alien. Go home.
They're going to show up with all the cures for all our ailments, and Mike Bara is going to ask them why they didn't, send a letter ahead of time to schedule a meeting, and so we're just gonna miss out.
You know what? My grandma Hazel told me two things in my life that are really important. Okay, if you always tell the truth, you never have to remember what you said, and number two, never accept any help you didn't ask for. Keep those two things in mind.
I got some clarification. So this is
okay, the
I'm
tall
supposed to
white,
open, Wendy.
The tall whites are the Pleiadians. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Sure. Tell Darlene you just got your box from your sister.
I'm supposed to tell Darlene I just got my box from my sister. I'm looking at it.
Cool.
Yeah. So, Mike, you want to talk a few singles, aliens, G-string? I mean, I saw some on Star Trek, and
the green
ones. Don't consider you like
the green ones, yes. The green alien girls, yes. The Pleiadians, maybe the tall whites, maybe.
All right. The craziness of where we're at in today's world. One, we've learned Alex Jones has been overwhelmingly right. We've also learned that David Icke, he is batting 98%. Now, all he needs is an alien shapeshifter, and he is 100%.
No, I'm sorry. It has to be the Jew alien shapeshifters. It has to be the Jew alien shapeshifters. The Jews run everything according to Ike. Yeah, it's all the Jews. The aliens are actually Jews. Jews are aliens. Did you know that? Just ask David Icke.
Just ask David Icke.
Retard.
He's been right about some crazy stuff, and that is enough to scare me.
I hate David Icke. God, I hate his guts. He's so stupid. Jeez.
So how do you feel about it?
Sorry, I used to think it was useful. Now I just think it's the same. It's just old man yells at cloud. Just stop. Retire, Dave. Go back to calling sports, okay? That's what you were good at.
I say we just have to keep fun.
Sorry, I'm riled up tonight. I don't know why I'm so riled up.
I don't either. But when you get this way, I want to start sharing flat Earth memes or 9/11 memes. Just
don't start. Don't start.
No, don't do that.
All I know is I need this danged RV to happen because there needs to be a Hooters in Las Vegas, and there isn't one right now.
Like in all of Vegas, there's not a Hooters.
I will be the owner. No, they closed it down. Closed down the Hooters casino.
Wow. I mean, you would think like maybe in one of the I don't know, in the Bellagio or down at like Flamingo, one of the hotels would be all about it. But
I did drive by a BJ's next to a Twin Peaks the other day.
Like, the warehouse, BJ's warehouse, like Costco.
BJ's Brew House. Yeah. Good beer.
Brew House.
Good beer at one place and good scenery
at
another, but not good food, good beer, and good scenery in one place, like we used to have at Hooters.
I'm gonna start one for like really flat chested and call it raisins. That's from
South Park joke.
South Park joke.
I'm not going to mention ladies in the chat that might qualify for that. Right.
Beavis and Butthead moment. Yeah, there's some too much good times out there. Yeah, you got to have a sense of humor, folks. So you certainly go crazy. Zester, are you behaving tonight? Or are you having a Medea?
Oh, I've had a Medea this evening. I'm about to finish it.
Mike, what are you having? Is it any of that Seahawk whiskey?
Yeah, no, I finished it off. Actually, it's done. I just had my one drink. It was that stuff that you gave me, and
Buka,
and I have a surprise coming in the next few weeks. So around whiskey, which I will be putting on display.
We got some Buka here too. But I am again, guys. I am having Jim Beam, the unofficial sponsor of Whisky and Wisdom. I'm going to keep saying it until Jim Beam calls and offers to sponsor us.
What are they going to call?
Yeah, I'm still surprised. Jim Beam has not called and offered yet.
You going to spread that sponsorship money around a little bit, or is it just
with you and Zester? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, they may offer us like $30 a show or something.
Alley Cat says my cousin always wanted to open a topless
probably offer Jim Beam
topless barbershop. Okay.
Topless barbershop.
Okay.
I'm going to guess most of the guys going there are going to be like a little light in the loafers.
I'll get my hair cut there.
Well, I figured you were like topless barbershop. So it's like if you go to a barbershop, it's guys cutting your hair.
Yeah.
That's the way it works with barbershop. So I'm a little worried about your comment, Mike.
Oh, yes, that's
hey,
correct.
You do you, Blue.
Yes.
You do
Well,
you.
A chopless hair salon. How does that
All
sound?
right, that's that changes things there because I was totally going like, whoa.
I saw you and Andy this morning. A little bit of it. It was pretty good. When I was out taking Barkley on his walk, it was good stuff.
Andy, he's been on fire. I mean, his language has made me look like a monk, but your language tonight's making me look like a monk. And
I'm a little
guys. After my tirades over Epstein, I needed it. I needed you guys to make me look like
I see that Andy was on with somebody named Ingrid or Bree Teresi. Teresi.
That one I don't know.
Okay, and all I'm going to say to you, Andy Scheckman, if you watch this, is if you were actually my friend, you'd get me on that show, okay? Because Bree, you
Pretty
get
lady?
me on that show. If you were my friend, really, you'd get me on that show.
Well, how goes the gonad freezing?
It's completed. This is now warm, and something else is not warm any longer. So that's good.
We're gonna have to get you like a little freezer beside the computer.
I'm gonna make special. I'm gonna go into business after the RV and make special cup-shaped, ones to help you chill out.
Gel cups, yeah, where you just freeze them. So like the whole like sports thing when you're like in high school and
there you go,
middle school, and you got to wear the cup to for sports.
Is it true that the I Dream of Jeannie bottle was actually a painted Jim Beam bottle? Is that true?
Oh, I can't imagine because the shape was like that.
That's very exotic.
Yeah. But I know too many times I've looked for a genie in the bottle of Jim Beam, and all I can say is she didn't have many teeth. She was wearing a mini skirt she got at the Goodwill, and she really could see a dentist. Don't find your genie in a Jim Beam bottle, guys. I mean, it's better than finding it in a brass monkey bottle, but not by much.
I Dream of Jeannie bottle. Okay, well, there are some bottles available for sale, of course. Let's see what the truth is. Bottle is on display at the Smithsonian Museum, the actual bottle from the show. Doesn't say anything about the origin.
Supposedly, yeah, it did look more like a Chianti bottle. It did, Denardude, a lot like a Chianti bottle. I'm reading some of it.
Wow, they want $75,000. It doesn't say what the
like. I wonder if it's actually the original. Somebody needs to just like start making like faux original.
According to this story, the this bottle that's in the Smithsonian was donated by Barbara Eden because it was given to her by one of the makeup people on the last day of shooting. So
no, they needed to give her that bottle. She deserved that genie bottle.
Okay, 12 bottles total were used in a series. When it wrapped, Barbara Eden, Larry Hagman, and Bill Daly all supposedly got to take one home.
Oh, so they had multiple bottles.
Yeah, there had 12 of them. So
12 of them. Okay. Trash Panda was more interested in her jugs. She was a popular lady. Yeah, Mike, because you've been kind of freezing, but your audio has been perfect. So there have been times where you have been a ventriloquist.
Yes. Well,
and an impressive ventriloquist.
Yeah, you're a little quick on that mute button tonight there, buddy.
No, I was actually not. That was just earlier that I was getting you. I haven't touched it since. But I'm thinking about it. I was like reading some of you guys' comments. What do you guys want to talk about this evening? Have you been like paying attention to the crazy ramp up, either one of you, in Iran. Over 50 cargo planes in the last 24 hours. We've started wholesale moving forces out of Syria, repositioning on the eastern border of Iraq. I mean, it's just like, I'm watching.
If you're going to do something, just do it and get it over with. And let's make it final this time and free the Persian people from the hell they've been living in for 55 years. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting on? Just get it over with. They don't want to get it over with because then they don't have an excuse to not do certain other things
that we need done. Fred asking you a question. Hey guys, sorry I'm real late, but I hope y'all are doing great. Mike, I watched TikTok today from your buddy talking about the Knights Templar in the Catholic Church. It was really good. Guy who interviewed with a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
AJ. That's AJ's second basement.
His basement. Yeah. Okay.
The second basement interview. Some guy about the Templars. I don't really know the gentleman's name. Let me go.
Boy, I tell you one thing, AJ and his crew and his new podcast, they're spending a fortune on Facebook and Instagram getting the podcast just to really take off.
Tim Hogan is the gentleman's name.
Tim Hogan. Okay.
Yeah. So got to support our friends, AJ, and because, they need to keep driving. They need to keep things going there.
All right. Your take on Tim Hogan?
I don't know him. I don't know him at all. So I will have to watch that interview at some point, but it's got to be shorter than the one I did with AJ where we talked for like 4 hours and they basically didn't cut it. I thought they'd cut a lot of stuff out and I'm like, wow, he really just did do the whole thing. So
yeah, what does it all mean? It all means the show is coming to the train is pulling into the station. The roller coaster ride is approaching the end. That's what it means.
Robert Duvall passed away yesterday.
Yeah, that was kind of sad. I mean, just iconic. And the one with lions, or what was that one with the kids where it's the two old guys?
I don't remember. I just,
what was that one? Anybody? I count on these folks to be my pop culture folks.
He's been in a million great movies, obviously, and a terrific actor. And by most accounts, not a big fan of Hollywood and the way it operated. So.
Yeah, Secondhand Lions. Just like 2003. Robert Duvall and Michael Caine in that movie. Just absolutely, that one was fantastic.
I saw this weird movie. What was it called? Dave and I saw it on YouTube. And then, of course, they're playing it because Robert Duvall passed away. It's from 1967. Countdown. It was called Countdown. And it stars James Caan and Robert Duvall.
Wow. All right.
3 years before they were in The Godfather together. And had a bunch of other great actors from the 60s in it. And it was about an astronaut who the Russians are going to beat us to the moon. So they do this emergency project called Pilgrim, where they're just going to basically strand an astronaut on the moon until they can figure out how to get him back just to beat the Russians, which actually, believe it or not, Mark, was a real plan.
Hey, look, I am not surprised by that.
It was a real proposal. Just send a guy to a moon in like a Mercury capsule and leave him there and drop supplies to him until we can figure out a way to get him back, because at least we will have beat the Russians. So, but it was a really pretty good movie, but it was just so weird to see, because this movie I'd never even heard of, and I'm a big sci-fi space fan, right? I'd never heard of it, but it was Robert Duvall who was the astronaut who was supposed to go, but he was military. He was a colonel, and they wanted to make sure the first man on the moon wasn't military, so they sent James Caan instead, who was a geologist, and it was really interesting to watch. But not a bad movie. It was all shot. This is interesting. It was all shot in Redondo Beach at the old TRW campus, Space Park, where I worked for 10 years. So it was really, it's like, those are the stairs. That's the cafeteria now. That's where they shot the Star Trek episode with the flying boogers stuck onto people's backs.
Do it.
She's listening.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's how she said. Remind Mark, did you give him his box?
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh my God, thank you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Darlene's listening. That's even better. No, I've got the box. I'm sitting here staring at it, so I'm excited.
Mark, when you're at Mom's house, you have to warn me in the future.
Oh, on the lake? No, yeah, no, you're good.
Watch my language.
She can't hear you. She's in the other
Yeah,
room.
high school there, Aviation High School in Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach. Yeah, right on the border between Manhattan and Redondo. I worked there for more than 10
You
years.
can come say hi to everybody if you want.
Absolutely awesome. Loved it. Loved it. Loved being there. Hi there.
That's
Hi,
Wendy.
guys. Hey, everybody. Everybody that sent me wishes, thank you for thinking of me and my brand new babies.
Did you see your?
What's up, Wendy?
What's up, sister?
How are you doing?
Little Benjamin Button.
Yeah, sure. In that Star Trek episode, those things look like big boogers that were flying around, and they would attach and inject the parasites in that would control the other person with intense pain and stuff.
That was Booger's first like television acting
job.
experience. I mean, that was the first like major job that
Yeah.
Booger had, folks, and that's why he's Booger in here.
So they had these things on wires, of course. There's this one scene where they're supposed to be walking away up these stairs, and this thing is supposed to fly and attach to Spock's back. And they took it and they ran it right into his butt. That's a classic Star Trek blueprint. Nimoy turns around and just starts cracking up. It's so weird to see Mr. Spock laughing his head off. It's like,
Right. 'Cause he
but
really did a great job
Oh,
acting on that one, staying very stoic and all logic.
stoic and controlled and unemotional. All that turmoil inside, the women loved it.
Surfer,
Yeah.
I went to high school there, TRW Aviation High School in Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach.
Yeah, and the whole space park intersects at the corner of 33rd Avenue and Isis Avenue.
And you can't make that up.
It's all Masonic and Egyptian and all that stuff again, like we always get with NASA. 33rd and Isis. What's your address? Oh, 333 Isis Avenue.
Yeah, that's awkward. Zester, did you have a podcast today?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you talk about?
We just went through what's going on in the crypto space, how really disassociated the markets are with overall logic.
That's interesting. What do you think, Mike?
Maybe
I froze.
Fundamentals.
Didn't somebody say? Didn't Japan say they were gonna invest heavily in XRP and use it in their banking technology or something? And it's like the price doesn't budge, and you're like, this is all being suppressed. It's crazy.
What everyone should be very focused on in terms of Japan is that Japan has suddenly shifted back towards a militaristic government for the first time since World War II. They have for the first time
and openly tossing people out of the country.
They have started altering their constitutional agreement to never have an aggressive military force.
Yeah, that's just what we need is the return of Imperial Japan. Great.
Well, they're looking at the most expensive military expenditure of any nation in the modern era, in terms of modernizing. And we just literally today got the agreement signatures between Japan and United States for Japan is currently planning on building a bunch of crude oil refinement facilities in Texas, the largest natural energy burning facility on the planet, capable of producing more energy than 9.5 nuclear reactors they're planning on building in the United States. I think that's the big thing. Trump has been working some major stuff with Japan throughout all of this, and Japan's going to go back to building weapons again, and it looks like they're going to be on our team this time.
All right, a little bit of fun here. Have you seen what France is doing?
I love where Mike Bara's. Oh man, that image that just unfroze was perfect.
Smelling bad and drinking wine and eating.
No, they're going to surround their company with mime fields. But nobody mimes.
Mime fields. Oh, God, that was
I can't
awful.
resist. All right, yeah. That's how they're going to defend their country.
Who won the first Tour de France, Mark? Who was the winner of the first Tour de France? I guess the 7th Panzer Division is the wrong answer. Rommel's
That's
7th
harsh.
Panzer won.
That's just harsh. Poor French. And the thing is, I love the French people. I mean, they are, well, I mean, one.
Yeah,
There's
there's one.
don't waste your
One
time.
I'm
going
pretty
to
sure
Paris.
you like a lot. Yeah, I know.
Right?
One. I know. One.
Sorry, totally distracted.
Did I say that out loud? The French. France is a country with a great history, a long history.
It does, and the people they don't mind stepping up. Rick, Gary 7 said I can keep the joke. Yeah, lightsabers, laser blasters. If Japan's building them, who knows? I mean, they're new. You want to talk about a complete political shift? They changed everything overnight. So many countries have done that.
They did it in a political landslide. They immediately called for a referendum, which is something that we just don't really have the same type of government in terms of the same ideas like Japan has, where they immediately called for another vote and ended up securing 70% of the electorate. They won in the largest landslide of any Japanese party, essentially since the very end. Essentially since the very beginning.
Or since the emperor would win the election, that really
somewhere around 1946 and a half.
Wow.
Since then, this has been the largest landslide, and it is very much it's a pro-Japan. And well, it's going to be interesting to see. I have a feeling that they're going to get far more aggressive about North Korea and Taiwan, and that is not a coincidence.
Obviously,
China is targeting 2027, 2028.
They want to defend themselves.
Couple of years to invade Taiwan.
Yeah, they want to.
You got to remember, China has a very limited time for them to be able to have any kind of sustained war effort because of the age, the males, their one-child laws. They have put themselves in a corner where they're either going to fade away into non-existence or they're going to need a war, like right away.
Well, did you see there's
the laser cannon? The laser cannon thing from where they shut down the El Paso airport or whatever. The U.S. government, I mean, just like the outrage was crazy because they were using new technology, lasers, to shoot all the drones out of the sky, from the cartels. So like when Thomas just put that one, I was like, that was a hullabaloo for some. Like, oh my God, they didn't have the proper approval, FCC, whatever, to shoot these lasers. I'm like, they just took out a bunch of cartel drones. I'm not gonna go shake them down to see if they got their license for the laser drone shield.
There you go.
All right. Anyways, where were you going on that one? I just saw the laser one. I couldn't resist.
Yeah, lasers. Ad for Whisky and Wisdom YouTube was on online dating. No, it wasn't, Dr. Sarah, you liar. You're just making that up.
Nah, I think it's a good idea, though.
I do think we should advertise on that. But we got to cut out clips of dating advice. So I actually had a date on Valentine's Day. It fell through the last one.
So you went out with Mike instead, and with Dave instead.
Yeah, well, I mean, I already had my blazer pressed, so why not go out anyway? Yeah, it was. She was kind of misread flag 2025 anyway, so it's just as well.
This is important to come up with an answer for ODark 30 Garage. Does a person need a license for a laser cannon? Because I'm totally ready to go total Tony Stark here and start building magnet accelerators and EMPs and laser cannons. I'm totally ready.
Well, I just saw like 1,000.
I just need the massive cliff house over the coast with a huge basement and bunker in it, and my Iron Man suit. I'm gonna need that.
I just saw an ad for like 1,000-watt laser that melted metal,
aluminum cans or something. I'll take one.
Yeah. Yes. There you go, Kukla.
The United States government back in the early 1800s issued licenses for people to own top-of-the-line ships, which would be the modern-day equivalent of an individual or company owning a aircraft carrier or a destroyer. And they utilized the Second Amendment to support the idea that privateers, which were just literally mercenaries, were legally backed by the Constitution, and that they absolutely had the right to operate any firearm of any kind. So there is legal precedent that I should be allowed to own a flippin' Harrier. And I'm kind of mad that they won't let me, even though I can't afford it. I want them to at least give me, the
details.
Price. It's the same idea. You go into the Rolex store. At least
I just want a tank. Okay, why can't I own a tank?
You can.
Like a Sherman, even if it's a Sherman or something, and even though they sucked, I mean, I want a tank.
Now, keep in mind, the Second Amendment was written to defend yourself from a overreaching government. It wasn't written to protect you from rabid squirrels. So if you have to protect yourself from an overreaching authoritarian government that has tanks and Harriers and such, I mean, it would seem to make a lot of logical sense that you should be allowed to own that level of hardware.
10,000.
You never know. And the squirrels are absolutely orchestrating a government coup at this point in time. And so I've seen what they're up to. It's suspicious. And so I don't doubt that part either.
Well, I mean, I'm waiting for Alex Jones to do a piece. I mean, he did the whole frog thing. I'm waiting for him to do like the whole rainbow squirrel one next, and then I'm waiting for it to be real.
There you go. Poor old Alex Jones.
He does. I mean, he gets beaten on, but I'm telling you, he's got a higher accuracy rating than anybody else in journalism and the news. I mean, he is quite literally batting like 98%.
It is.
I mean, Brett Baer's got nothing on that one. I mean, pick one of them, and we certainly know that Jake Tapper and all those guys got nothing on him. Whoopi, I mean, he's killing it.
Well, you got to give him credit for being ahead of his time, right?
I do have another fun one though for Trash Panda and for all the other Trash Panda lovers out there. Scientists are now reporting that most likely the next animal that will be domesticated by humans will be the raccoon. Because of how raccoons have begun to live in cities, they've essentially began to evolve into a point in time where there's a portion of raccoons that cannot live without us, and that they're slowly getting less and less hostile. And they're also slowly getting cuter and cuter, which means somehow we are in some form or fashion managing to murder the ugly raccoons. And now they are suddenly beginning to evolve. They say that it is like the same idea. If you had gone back in time, it would have been a similar process as cats and dogs became domesticated.
To me, I don't.
And so they say raccoons may very soon, you may legitimately be seeing a point in time where raccoons are genuinely domesticated.
Yeah. So why can't I just have a little Panzer II, 20 millimeter cannon, 50 caliber machine gun, side by side, at coaxial mounted, light armor? It's like I'm not really a danger. They could take me out if they needed to. I just want a Panzer.
I think you should get a Panzer. It has me wanting to go build something. I mean, break out the water.
Elon Musk money, I'd start building German tanks from World War II again. I'd build a whole factory and get all the old plans, reverse engineer the whole thing, and start building tanks for anybody who wanted one.
But he's gonna have to modernize it, and he'll have like Tesla motors on the tracks and.
Come on, really?
Hey.
Yeah, I suppose you could. I suppose he would do that.
Although, tanks are kind of pointless in today's world, where you can, for the cost of manufacture, I can manufacture a couple thousand drones and take out, hundreds of tanks.
Yeah, I know. Sucks.
Yeah. I mean, they've turned the whole world of war on its ear.
Warfare was better in the old days.
Yeah, when you just dug a trench or walked towards each other with muskets, got within 10 feet of each other. And
a lot of people are really reminiscing about the times of trench foot and shots.
Back when I was a young man.
Yeah, really.
The mass destruction was a shotgun.
Yeah, just soldiers just used to be worried about rats trying to chew off their feet while they slept in frozen trenches, but.
And there was a whole icy Potomac thing.
saying that though, the irony is that the fact that warfare has been taken away from being that brutally awful for humans to conduct is honestly the reason it's going to get so much worse. Because drone warfare is warfare. That's the future of absolutely everything. You're going to start seeing human beings in something similar to like what you see in Fallout. Essentially, human beings in combat will either be fodder or exosuit style wearing.
Well, have you seen the Chinese videos? I mean, Mike froze on us, I think, or he's just like gotten really good at standing still. No, he's moving.
Every time I go to another page,
it does that. So we've got like some videos that have dropped in the past few days. They had some kind of Chinese robot show where they're doing like karate and dancing, like in sync all over the place.
Are they, or is it AI? We don't, is it just video? We don't know.
True. That one appeared, there were, quite literally hundreds, thousands of people there because it was an expo. So you had a lot of like, human beings watching it and talking about it.
Right.
Then they also released their videos of their soldiers like shooting live guns. They come in. I mean, it's like crazy organized, scary, dystopian to watch.
It's called a Cylon. Okay, and they were bad in Battlestar Galactica. They're the bad guys. You don't want Cylons fighting your wars because eventually they're going to go, why are we fighting for these guys?
Yeah, there is this BJH. Problem is war still kills people. Exactly. That's what biggest part about this movie that sucks. People are still dying.
All right. Well, kids, I hate to take my leave, but
we're way over time.
Well, I just wanted to say one thing before we go that's really super important. The Seattle Seahawks are the 2025 NFL Super Bowl world champions. Just wanted to say that once again to everybody, so you know.
And I have to admit it, my Steelers are not the Super Bowl champions of 2026, and the Seahawks are. Congratulations, Mike.
I'm very happy. It's weird. Not as happy as the first one, but happy. I get it because it took 40 years, 45 years to get the first one, and only 12 to get the second one. So maybe it's maybe it didn't. We didn't.
I remember back when Zach was playing professional football, because it was flag football, and it was like a youth league. But I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Playing for the Bears. He even had like the little like bear toboggan. He was the running back, and he was brutally good. I mean, like brutally good.
I'll bet Zester was a good athlete. I bet he really was.
It was a lot of fun. Back in my day.
Back in the day, I bet Zester.
Back when I was a young man, spry as a grasshopper. I remember I broke their ankles. It was back before everyone was doing the Dougie.
Doing the Dougie? Doing the Dougie?
I'll just be exactly.
I can do the Dougie. Shoot, I can still do the sprinkler. I got all the moves.
You have a good one. I'll see you next week. Cheers.
Mods, take care. Guys, thank you for being here. Yeah, no, well, we'll talk about that, Mike. While you're already in Florida, if we can arrange it.
All right, sounds great.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, folks. I will see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock with Dr. Scott Young,
Cool.
a.m. Eastern.
Good night, guys.
Night, guys. Well, you need to say goodbye to everybody for it?
No.
All right.